Your husband needs you to bring that feminine energy home when you are at home. He does not need for you to be a boss. Hello, beautiful lady. Yes, I am talking to you. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. White Flag with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge favor. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you will know when I go live.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up?
And so tonight, I want to talk to you about something I'm probably going to get some pushback about, but I want to talk to you because it's so important. Why your husband wants you to be feminine when you're around him. And I know that society has told us we can be bosses, that we can secure our own bags, that, you don't need a man to be successful. All of those things are true. They really are, because you can be a successful woman in the workplace nowadays. But let me just tell you, your husband needs you to bring that feminine energy home when you are at home. He does not need for you to be a boss. And so let me give you some reasons why men need for you to be feminine and to bring that energy into your home when you're engaging with him and your family, okay? Number one, your femininity allows him to feel more masculine because he's not in competition with you. You being feminine, you being soft, you being vulnerable, you allowing him to walk in his masculinity allows him to be the man of the house. Right? Yes, you might make more money. Yes, you might have a higher position or a better title than he has. But when he chose you, he didn't choose you because he wanted another man. He chose you because you were feminine, that you were soft, and that you could bring wisdom and your femininity and your God-given intuition into the marriage to help him be the leader of your household. So you don't have to boss up against your husband. Allow him to be the man and walk in his masculinity, and you walk in your femininity. And that's what brought you guys together in the first place. Number two, he feels that he can practice and he can protect you when you're not being so masculine. He can practice being the man, and he can protect you when you are not being so masculine, when you're not trying to boss him around, that you might be at your particular job or at your profession, right? And what do I mean when I say he can practice? Because a lot of times we are so busy doing stuff that we don't allow him to step up to the plate to protect us, because let me tell you, that brings them joy when they're able to be our knight in shining armor. But if we don't give them the opportunity, he will never know that he can, and he will never know that you value him because he did. Okay? So allow him to practice and to protect you. Protect you from what the world is saying. Protect you from gossip. Protect you from whatever that looks like in your house. It does not always protect you from, somebody harming you, but that could be it as well, right? Because we pop off at the mouth all the time and don't realize that we put ourselves in harm's way. So it allows him to practice and to protect you, okay? Number three, it brings him peace and purpose when you're walking in your feminine side of who you are, because he's not in competition with you. He understands his role and you understand your role. And I'm not saying the role of just cooking and cleaning and those kind of things, but just understanding that you as your wife, God is the head, your husband is second, and then it's you and everybody else. That gives him peace that your household is operating in order, okay? And number four, it allows him the ability to lead and guide the household. This is something huge that most men feel like you make all the decisions, you tell him what it needs to be done, you point out all of his shortcomings. So therefore, it's like, I can't win. But when you walk in your feminine energy, you're not like you're the boss. It's like, honey, I need help with this. Honey, can you help me make a decision when it comes to this? Honey, can we sit down and talk about this and come up with a solution for this? It allows him to lead and to guide the household. We say that we want a godly man to be the head of our household. We say we want a man to take the lead, but do we really? Because we still operate like we're the boss. We still operate like we don't need that man in our lives. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. Society has taught us you can, do everything on your own, and you can't. And the reason why I can tell you can't is because I deal with single women that want to be married, and they want a man that leads them, and they want to be able to be feminine. They want to be able to be the weaker vessel. But we have a husband, but we want to boss him around and tell him what to do or whatever. And I'm not just talking to you. I had to swallow the pill myself. I really did. And number 5, it allows you guys to walk in each God-given role. When you are walking in your feminine energy and he's walking in his masculine energy, it works. You guys come together. You come together as a couple, and there's no competition. There's no one trying to one up each other. And that's the reason why when I was, an executive for a large newspaper, I literally became a big boss. But when I came home, I didn't know how to turn that boss mentality off. And so one of my coaches told me, Gail, when you get home, switch clothes. Go from your business attire to something feminine so you will know that you don't have to be the boss in your own household. You don't have to boss Gil around. You've done enough bossing at your job because you're not getting paid to be his wife. Okay. And so I literally went from pretty much, and I tell women this, go from your boxers to your thong when you get home. Switch clothes, because again, it's a mind shift. If you don't know how to turn it off, literally switch clothes. So I would go literally from a power suit, a skirt, something that said I was the boss. I would go to something really feminine, like a sundress or a little tank top or something like that. So I would make that shift, that I was still not in work mode, that I was Gil's wife, my children's mother, and I didn't have to be in charge, because I said that I wanted a masculine man to be the head of my household, and that I would operate as his wife and as his helper. And was it hard? Absolutely. But did I have to learn that I didn't have to win and be the boss and make all the decisions? Absolutely. When I learned to relinquish, do I still struggle sometimes? Absolutely, I do. I'm not going to get over here and act like I'm perfect. But what I'm saying to you, if you are struggling and it's always a power struggle and your husband does not feel like he's the head of the household, you got to fix that, because you decided to be his wife, not his husband, not his equal, not trying to compete with him or anything like that. He deals with that with his boys. He doesn't need to deal with that with his wife. Okay. You don't have to be masculine in order to be heard and to be an equal partner and to walk this thing out together. Okay. I love you guys to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you next week.